Yo, what is up, YouTube? It is Tom again with another crypto video. I just want to start off this video, guys, by saying thank you so much. I mean, we hit 100 subscribers. This is crazy. We're growing pretty fast here as a community, and that's really why I wanted to create this YouTube channel, is to really just get the conversation going about cryptocurrencies, help each other make some profits in the market, and identify some new upcoming projects and stuff like that, and be a part of the crypto revolution. So guys, this video is going to be, exactly as it says at the top privacy coins of 2018. And why do I care about privacy coins? Pretty much, I think that the main reasons why cryptocurrencies exist is that people want easier ways to do transactions, but mainly, they kind of want that anonymity. Like, they want to be anonymous. So I think that, privacy coins is really a good niche to look into, I guess, if you could call it a niche, to I think it could be really lucrative, guys, for us to invest in some of these cryptocurrencies that focus solely on privacy of transactions, privacy of the users, and privacy of the platform. So let's jump into this, guys. These are in no particular order. I'm just going to kind of give a brief description on what it is, the highlights of the coin, and then we can have a discussion in the comments. This is all from my own research. Some of the stuff in here may not be 100% on point. I will point out those specific things as I go along. So guys, the first one on the list is Zcash. So this is the first open permissionless cryptocurrency that can fully protect the privacy of transactions using zero knowledge cryptography. So payments will be published on a public blockchain, but the sender, recipient, and the amount of the transaction are completely private. So guys, this means if I'm sending you something, nobody knows that I'm sending it to you. Nobody knows the amount, but it will be recorded on a public blockchain. This is kind of where Zcash gets its criticism, but just know that the sender is completely anonymous, the receiver is completely anonymous, and the amount of that transaction is completely private, guys. So some of the highlights of Zcash, it uses a zero knowledge proof construction called ZK Snark. We touched on that a little bit before, but this will allow the network to maintain a safe and secure ledger of balances without disclosing the parties or amounts involved. ZK snarks are used to assure users, that no one is really cheating or stealing or really scamming each other. This was a plus for me. I kind of like this concept of ZK snarks. A little bit, when I was researching it, it kind of gave me. It was hard to understand at first, but after kind of reading it, going through it, it kind of was a little bit better. So Zcash gives you the choice to send transactions public or private, and it's through shielded inputs and outputs. So this was big for me, guys. I like how Zcash gives you the option, because some people don't want their transactions sent private all the time. Maybe they want a public transaction. So it's really good that the Zcash platform gives you that option. And, I mean, don't quote me on this, guys, but I think that's the only privacy coin out there that does allow you that option. Maybe there is more. I personally don't know. Definitely let me know in the comments. But through my analysis, through my research, I think Zcash, is the only one that really gives you that options, which was really cool. And obviously for me, low supply coins and consistent volume is big. I know you guys hear me preach, hey, don't look at anything with a large circulating supply because we want to see price action, guys. We want investors and users to kind of feel this feeling of scarcity, like you have something that's a scarce asset. So that's kind of what I like about Zcash. Relatively low circulating supply, consistent volume. That means it has a pretty good community around it, and it's been around for a while. And I think this has a pretty good shot at mass adoption. I know that Dash is a little bit higher on the cryptocurrency market cap, but I really do think that's because Dash is crazy about their marketing. They have really good marketing, and they have some institutional investors pumping that price up, but that's a different topic for a different time. So guys, moving right along, Monero. This may not, this is probably my favorite one. I know I said I wasn't going to list them in any specific order, but this is probably my favorite one, guys. So I was reading through a cryptocurrency forum that I'm a part of, and I came across this example that was really interesting. So let me just switch over to my Monero thing here, just so you guys can kind of see what the price is currently. Um, so here's an analysis. I'm going to kind of go into it, and it was a really good comparison between Monero and Dash. So people say to use Monero over Dash due to the fact that Dash uses master nodes, where all transactions pretty much mix and then are sent out. So the bad thing about this is that say if like a bad person or a criminal or hacker or something sees this, they can essentially control one of the master nodes just by essentially having enough Dash. So they have crazy control over this, guy. So that's something I really didn't like about Dash in comparison to Monero. So moving on, the way the user kind of described this was, think back when the CIA, raided Tor, right? It was either the CIA or FBI. I mean, I'm not too sure, but I think it was either CIA, FBI, raided the Tor's website. And the way they could do this, guys, is they could see who's coming in and out of the network. And so that's kind of a downfall with Dash, and that's kind of an upside to Monero, because Monero is more of a secure encrypted platform, right? So with Monero, this doesn't happen. Monero's transactions are right on the protocol level, so this eliminates any form of trust body, so to speak. This is way, way, way better, guys, for anonymity, and people say it's the most private cryptocurrency out there for now. Um, I kind of like this way. I kind of think it like removing a middleman, so they call it like a trust body. So I really think that's a good ups on Monero. I think that people that really really want to hide their money or hide that what they're doing or just really keep a private transaction are going to choose Monero over other cryptocurrencies. So some of the highlights of this, guys, you can see how much Monero exists in the market space, but the thing I like is that you cannot see the amount of Monero in specific addresses, which is really good for anonymity. So if I want to have 200,000 Monero in my wallet, nobody will be able to know that I have that much Monero in my wallet. So I think that's a really really good point on that. So and this is kind of a description I'm going to give you guys on how Monero actually works in terms of its transactions. And it took me a while to get this down. I had to read and read over through the Monero website, but the way they perform their transactions really, really makes it super, super anonymous. I'm going to kind of explain it best I can to you guys. If I really didn't explain it good, definitely let me know in the comments below. Or if I messed up on some things, definitely give me feedback. So Monero works on like multiple transactions. So the way I can describe this to you guys is, say you're sending 300 Monero to someone. One of the transactions is going to be sent with 200 Monero. Another transaction is going to be sent with 1,000, another 500, and so on until the full 3,000 is reached. Um, Monero does this by creating multiple addresses automatically. You don't have to do anything. You pretty much just sit back, press the button, and it sends. But Monero is constantly moving to different addresses, but it doesn't matter because you control all of them, right? So think of it like, I'm sending you Bitcoin, and it's just a peer-to-peer network, one to one. But with Monero, they kind of make it more anonymous by, if I'm sending you 3,000, it's getting sent in increments, all different increments chopped up to different addresses, and it's all done automatically, guys. You don't have to worry about anything. So I thought that was actually really, really cool on Monero's part and really interesting in terms of their technology. Um, one of the downsides with Monero obviously is, the cons is it's not really big on marketing. So in terms of like mass adoption, I think Monero's on its way. Really has a lot of room to grow here, guys. But they don't have big investors pumping it like we see with Dash, and because Dash is really really doing a good job with kind of branding and having some big players get behind them. And Dash we're going to touch on a little bit later, but I really don't like Dash as like an anonymous coin, because due to it has some flaws. There's a lot of controversy, and there's a lot of controversies over these privacy coins, because I know there was some confusion with some of the wallets. Especially with Monero, some of the wallets weren't working, or I don't really know what was going on. If you guys have more insight, definitely let me know in the comments below, because I was reading a ton of FUD about wallets not working or Monero getting lost. So definitely give me your input on that. Guys, this one coming up, Verge, is actually one I'm really excited about. It's trading less than a penny. I know it has a crazy large circulating supply. So you're like, yo, Tom, you're a hypocrite. But here's why, guys. So even though the circulating supply is ridiculous, it's huge. It's very close to its maximum supply, and that's really why I wanted to give Verge a little bit of an in-depth look. Even though it has a large circulating supply, it's close to its maximum supply. I mean, just think about it like, Bitcoin is going to have a maximum supply, but we're a little bit far away from their max supply. With Verge, we're really close, and we're approaching on that max supply. So essentially Verge uses Tor and something called I2P, and essentially it's non-traceable IP addresses, 30-second block times, 100 transactions per second. No other really anonymous coin does this, where it hides your IP address. I was trying to look around at some information, but this right here, everybody was hyping up Verge, saying, hey, very very anonymous anonymity with in terms of your IP address, and no really other cryptocurrencies in that private space really do that. And one of the big ups also on Verge that I was looking at is the mobile privacy, guys. They're really really stressing mobile privacy, and the reason why I think this is going to be good is because I was just thinking about my own usage through cryptocurrencies, and it's really based on my computer, which is kind of a little bit inconvenient, especially for me because I'm always on my cell phone. So Verge is going to allow users very easy, seamless access to transactions on their mobile devices, which is awesome. And a plus to this is you could transfer Verge over Telegram and Discord. I know a lot of us use Telegram. I'm in a huge Telegram group. A lot of people use Discord now for all different types of things. And another thing I wanted to touch on, guys, is I was reading about their smart contracts. Don't quote me on this. This is one of the points in this little presentation here. I'm not too sure of. I was doing some research on the Verge site. It was a little sketchy because they really didn't describe it too well, in my opinion. But the smart contracts, they're coming, and it's the first privacy cryptocurrency to do this. From my research, I think it's the first privacy cryptocurrency to do this, which is great. So I think there's huge room for growth in Verge. Are we going to see crazy, crazy price action with this, guys? Probably not due to the high supply. But I mean, it's trading at under a penny. I mean, the opportunity for that is very, very lucrative. Even if you throw a couple $100 at it. Obviously, guys, do your due diligence. Do a quick technical analysis run on all of these coins. Um, I think over the next couple weeks, with Bitcoin being on this very big run, I'd assume we're going to see some sort of an altcoin correction, so to speak, where we can kind of size in at some of these lower prices. So I'm definitely looking to make some positions in most of these coins, not all of them. I'll definitely have to do a little bit more of in-depth analysis, kind of pick and choose which coins I want. But I did buy a little bit Bitcoin back. I'm making good gains in that. I'm up almost 50% on my LISK buy. I'm tempted to take some profits, guys. It's crazy. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think LISK could go to 20, to be honest. I mean, with this whole rebrand, I believe in the technology, but one of my good investor friends said never, ever, ever get too overly emotionally attached to a specific currency, to a specific stock, anything like that. Make your profits and dip. One of the things we lived by in my trading group was if you can make 10 to 20% on your money in a day, you take it, you cash out, you take profits. And in the cryptocurrency space, it was hard for me to adapt because it's like I see people pulling 40, 50% in a day, which is crazy. I mean, one of the guys that comments on my videos made over $34,000 in a day trading Bitcoin Cash. So, congratulations to you, man. That is awesome. I love to hear those stories. And that's really what this channel is about. All of us communicating together, talking about cryptocurrencies, discussing new technology that's really going to revolutionize the world. So some more bonus coins. Komodo. Komodo is actually a forked currency of Zcash. Definitely look into Komodo. Dash we touched on previously, and Privx. All of those are good coins, guys. Those are solid. All of these are on my radar. Um, Everything on this list I see potential in. Others obviously more potential than not. But I do see that even though Dash is a little bit more not really too private, I mean it's a private coin, but I really don't see it being as private as some of the other coins. I do think that we could see really big price action with Dash, due to those institutional investors, and its marketing is great. It has a great marketing team, but I do think that we are seeing all-time highs with some of these altcoins. Monero, I think it could actually be a good entry point because I think Monero kind of topped out at 140, 150. So guys, that concludes this video. Thank you again for subscribing to this channel. I started this about 3 weeks ago talking about cryptocurrencies, and it's crazy. So I mean, the channel's growing, the community's growing. We're getting more people talking about cryptocurrencies. Obviously, guys, if you saw something in this presentation here that you didn't like, or that you think you can contribute, definitely drop a comment below. I mean, if you're looking at specific coins that I didn't mention, definitely let me know. I mean, because that's all this is about, guys. Is just growing the channel, growing the community, and helping each other be profitable. So that's about it, guys. It's 1 a.m. I got class in the morning. I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you for liking, subscribing, and peace out.